All right, let's get right into it. American Airlines, stock ticker AAL, just had an absolutely massive day. And you know what? Its technical report is buzzing with some really conflicting signals. So today, we're going to be financial detectives. We're going to break down exactly what all this data is telling us, from the huge bullish breakout to some pretty serious warning signs, all to figure out where this stock's flight path might be headed next.
And this is the number that made everyone sit up and pay attention. A jump of nearly 8% in a single day. You know that's a huge move, so our job is to dig in and figure out what the technicals are telling us about this sudden, massive surge in altitude. So our investigation really kicks off right now. We're going to sift through all the evidence this report has to offer, the good, the bad, and yeah, the warnings, to build a really clear picture of all the forces at play here.
Okay, first things first, let's get our bearings with the key stats. The stock closed at $13.78, but look at that volume, 94.3 million shares traded. That is way above its average. This tells you this wasn't some quiet little drift upwards. No, this was a move with some serious conviction behind it, and it puts the stock right in the upper end of its yearly range.
Now, for the first part of our investigation, let's look at all the powerful evidence that suggests this rally has some real legs. This is the stuff that has the optimists, the bulls, feeling very confident right now.
To really get the bull case, we have to start with moving averages. Think of these as a way to track a stock's average speed over different periods. So, when a stock is trading way above them, it's a super clear sign of positive momentum. It's like a jet that's suddenly flying much faster than usual.
And here's what is so incredible about this situation. It's not just one or two signals firing off. The price is above every single one of the key moving averages, short, medium, and long term. Every single one. The report itself doesn't pull any punches. It calls this a robust bullish breakout. I mean, that's basically a unanimous vote of confidence from this whole set of indicators.
But hold on, because the good news for the bulls doesn't stop there. Not by a long shot. A whole range of other tools that technical analysts use are all pointing in the same direction, confirming this powerful upward thrust. So here we go. 3 more really powerful confirmations. You've got the MACD, which is a classic gauge of momentum, and it's positive. That shows this trend has real strength. Then there's that high volume we talked about, which suggests strong accumulation. Basically, big players are buying in. And it all leads to this really impressive overall technical score of 78.41. The whole dashboard is just lit up with green lights. And this is the crucial question, right? In any good analysis, you have to play devil's advocate. You've got to look at the other side. When a plane climbs this steeply, you have to start wondering, can the engines really handle that strain? And this is where the story gets really interesting.
So now, let's pivot to the second part of our investigation, the warning signals. Because while the bulls are out there celebrating, these other indicators are flashing caution, kind of suggesting we might be about to hit some turbulence up ahead.
At the very heart of these warnings is a key indicator called the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. The easiest way to think of it is like the RPM gauge in a car. A high reading shows the engine is pumping out a ton of power, but it's also a warning that it's getting close to the red line and might need to cool down.
And for American Airlines, let me tell you, that RPM gauge is screaming. The RSI is sitting on 69.45. That is right on the doorstep of the 70 level, which is what most traders consider the overbought threshold. So yes, it confirms this powerful momentum, but it's also a huge warning that the move might be getting seriously tired out.
But wait, it gets even more extreme than that. There's another even more sensitive momentum indicator called the stock RSI, and it's pegged at 100. That is the absolute maximum. You literally cannot get any more overbought than that. For any trader who's looking for a potential reversal, this is a 5-alarm fire drill. And the report itself just lays it out there in plain English. It says these readings suggest caution due to potential exhaustion. It's clear, the buying pressure has been absolutely immense, but there's a real chance it's running out of fuel. So, what do we have? We've got a powerful breakout on one side, clashing with some really serious exhaustion signals on the other. How on earth do we make sense of all this? Well, the report pulls all this conflicting data together into 2 very clear potential scenarios.
It really all boils down to one critical price, $13.15. That's the pivot point. In the bullish case, if the stock can manage to stay above that level, the next target is $14.14. But in the bearish case, if it fails and breaks below 1315, well, that could trigger a pretty significant pullback, with the report eyeing a potential drop all the way back down to 1077.
So just think of these two numbers as the immediate ceiling and the floor for the stock. 1414 is the resistance. That's the ceiling it has to break through to keep climbing. And 1315 is the support. That's the floor it absolutely has to hold to keep the bulls in charge. The battle is going to be fought right between these two levels.
And all of this leaves us with the ultimate question posed by this technical report. We've seen the powerful engines of that bullish breakout, but we've also seen the warning lights of overbought conditions flashing on the dashboard. The data tells us the next move is absolutely critical. So is this the beginning of a brand new ascent, or is this just a pocket of extreme turbulence before potential descent? The levels are set, and now the market will decide.